Premier Vusi Khumalo is set to hand over equipment to communities in crime-fighting structures there. Durban this morning is where it's all happening. The province wants to strengthen relations between community crime-fighting structures and law enforcement agencies. The Premier is expected to hand over 85 vehicles and equipment that's essential for patrol, such as torches, uniforms, and safety boots. Vusi Khumalo is part of our team watching developments and joins us now live from Durban. And Vusi, it's a great initiative, but of course there'll be all kinds of questions around the timing. We are just 7 weeks away from an election after all.
Yes, good morning, Ayanda. It's just that it's too windy here where I am here in Durban at Hoy Park. This is an area where the Premier of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Vusi Khumalo, will be handing over 95 cars to the crime-fighting units in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We know that this province of KwaZulu-Natal usually has got some townships and areas which are leading in terms of, I'm speaking of places there in Pietermaritzburg, Umlazi, Inanda. Those are the townships, and as well as KwaMashu. Those are the biggest townships in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, which are leading in terms of crime such as rapes as well as the murders. Having also spoken to the number of community policing forums, they've also been saying they've been beset by crime, and they're saying especially at night, and that was a result of having no equipment and resources to fight off the crime elements that are situated in their area. In areas such as Inanda, with a high crime rate as well as high rapes, the high rate of rapes there, surely the province did think deep and said that they will be giving away, they will be handing over these resources, as Tulani Ngobo is showing you the number of vehicles that will be given to the CPF in the areas where, especially where there's high rate of crime. These are 95 cars, including sedans as well as 4x4s that will be handed over to the crime-fighting units. This will be the CPFs. But let me talk to Glen Xaba Makhetha, who's going to tell us more. She the Department of Community Safety and Liaison in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. She is the head of department there. Just tell us about the reasons that necessitated, for the Premier to hand over these 95 cars, and also the reasons thereof.
Good morning. We are here today. Is that the Honourable Premier of KwaZulu-Natal and the Executive Council, they took a decision that due to the high levels of crime in the province, they then made more resources available for all of the community safety structures that are in the crime-fighting sphere, so that they could resource them, so that these structures, when they do their work, when they do their patrols, they can be mobile, and also they are also giving them the uniforms and other tools of trade, so that as they do their patrols, they can be visible and they can be easily identifiable in the communities. So that is why we are here today, so that the Premier can then officially hand over all of those resources to the community safety structures.
We know that the issue of crime is a decades-long issue, especially here in KwaZulu-Natal, as I've also alluded earlier on about the crime rates, especially in KwaMashu, Umlazi and places there. Why did it take this long for the province to hand over these cars?
Well, the province has been working on the strategy for. We are working together with the South African Police Service. Then decided that.
All right, what a pity. It looks like our audio connection there to Vusi Khumalo and our guest isn't the greatest, so we'll try to re-establish that for you, get you a sense of what is being said, given potentially how important that may be. Crime, of course, pervasive in places like KwaZulu-Natal. Just this week, we woke up to news, it must have been on Tuesday or Wednesday, of 9 suspects being shot and killed in the area of Marion Hill, if memory serves, given just how many issues have been taking place in that community. As soon as we're able to re-establish that connection with Vusi Khumalo, we'll certainly be back for you in Durban, where Premier Vusi Khumalo is leading this initiative to bolster the efforts of crime-fighting structures in and around certain communities. Of course, part of the obvious question will be around the timing of this initiative. We're not saying that government shouldn't be doing its work even in an election year, But optics, as always, are incredibly important, and there's going to be real questions about the extent to which the Premier and her office have been encouraged to move at speed because of the current political climate, without getting myself into trouble. As soon as we get back to Vusi, we'll certainly take you to Durban.